Okay, here we go for part 2 of the Abbacado show here. I'm the Abbacado, or based on the logo, you may know me from the Decomposer Lounge, Key of Jeeves. Isn't that a great logo? I had somebody design it for me. I thought that was such a badass logo. So super cool. Anyhow, so here we go. We're going to continue on. Got a bunch of donos coming up. We're going to fire away. I got to refresh it. The dono form is no longer for the rest of the session here because I do want to get through all these donos and I still have quite a few of them. So I'm just saying, yeah, you know what? I wore the hat actually a couple days ago at work and everybody was like, bruh, it's been a long time since I wore that hat. I know. Is that something? Isn't that something? It's been a while. Okay, so let's get going. Hendembler. How are you, Hendembler? Let's do this. He has a song called Electrocutica, or that's the name of the band or the artist. The name of the song is Reversus. The story is about a siren that encounters a ship of humans that has tread into some sort of forbidden waters and found a beautiful coral reef. The humans want to take coral and show it to the world, but the siren tries to warn them against it. Don't take the coral from the ocean. But she cannot speak their language. She then breaks some of the sort of a taboo, translated in a bit weird, but it's something like this, by speaking the language of the humans, but they claim what they are doing will benefit the coral and the sea and ignore her. Sounds like what real people are doing now, if she was to be warned, warning them at the moment. Then, as a response to the speaking human words, the sea engulfs them and a maelstrom forms that destroys them along the coral. But the song ends with some text explaining, excuse me, that where the sea was destroyed now can be formed. I probably missed some nuances since I'm reading a translation of the already somewhat cryptic lyrics, but the general idea is the video has some imagery that conveys the story as well. Okay, guys, you ready? Hendembler's in the house. He's feeling good. We're starting our session again, part 2 of the Abbacado show. Happy Aloha Friday for October 24th. The band is Electrocutica, and the name of the song is Reversus. Let's go. All right. Oh, I missed the message? I'm sorry. How did I do that? Sorry about that. Very clever. I'm loving this so far. This is really super cool. This is going to go on my playlist. I'm going to play this for my uncle. See this to see. Oh, wait a minute, it's not a video game. Such a unique blend of that drum and beat. There was always some kind of very unique arpeggiated work that was going on behind there. You know, in the darkness of what it is, kind of like in the music we've been listening to that has a little bit of a, the tone of Halloween, you know, the darkness, the dissonance of it and everything. Beautiful performances. This was probably one of the most, oh, a little more. Are these the wood sprites? Here's a little bit right here. Let's listen to this for a second. The water sprites, yes. Yeah, you know, this whole bit here was probably one of the most authentic hybrid. And what I mean is they went to the extremes. You know, you had some of the most beautiful vocals and you had some orchestral works and stuff that were in there. But when I'm talking about the extremes, they definitely didn't pull any punches with wanting to, you know, make sure that that drum and beat or that jungle beat, jungle drum and beat or whatever that fast style of percussion is, really sat through and through. And if it wasn't like one like trap sound, then there was something else going, you know. So that was pretty unique. That kept me kind of like kind of wondering what else they're coming up with. It kept me listening a little more than I would have. I think if this would have been just a really floaty ambient track and stuff, the fact that they threw in all this stuff really caught me off guard. So, yeah, it was a very unique track. Thanks, Hindeblur. And also, thanks for coming back and hanging out. Appreciate that. Next up, the driver. Hello, the driver. How are ya? Ever wonder how orchestral breakbeats sound? Is this kind of like the same one as this last one? Me neither, but here we are. This track starts off as an abstract with almost Halloweeny orchestra sound, bites scattered throughout the first minute and a half. Afterwards, the orchestra starts actually making sense and eventually morphs into a sampled version of Ed Elgar's cello, a concerto in E minor. Oh, wow. So I'll recognize that for sure with the sick backbeat, blast break beat, break that with some drums behind it. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. So here we go. Hey there. Drivers in the house to join us here. You guys ready? This is called Venetian Snares. The name of the song is Zamar Madar. I think I got that right. Let's listen to this. That's a trip how they're going back and cutting pieces and treating them as sample triggers. This is really chirpy. I really like it. It's super abstract, though. I mean, it's just... I'm wondering if these are chopped up samples of the performance that we're hearing. Some time coming. There it is. I was wondering. You don't want to make the mistake like I did in the last track. Yeah, I was getting the Igor vibes as well. All right, so without a doubt, I so loved a lot of that glitchiness and everything that was happening there. And of course, I was, you know, really rinsing in the orchestral aspects of it. But my question is to you guys, Driver, are these, like, I don't know, Venetian snares, is that a DJ? Is it an artist? Because it sounds like these were chopped sections of orchestral pieces that had been triggered, that were triggered. So you can do that on purpose too, you know, if you want to get a particular kind of sound out of it. If you're maybe doing a performance like that, like this track would have been phenomenal at a rave as well. But I was getting the sense, a little bit of a sense that it was chunks that were being, you know, played and triggered and then doctored and performed around. It did have that really kind of like out there spooky kind of vibe. But I just, and then of course, I think just like the last track, we had a little bit of that Igor kind of a flex. There's that one song that I did on the Decomposer Lounge. And it was the Igor song where everything was like spinning around like really fast. Like the video was like really, you know, some kind of claymation thing that was, or AI claymation thing that was moving around. I was getting that vibe with this. But I mean, truly, I mean, that's what I don't really know. Does anybody, from what it seems to be sampled? Okay. Yeah, no, I recognize the Yo-Yo Ma performance and stuff, but I guess what I'm assuming is that Venetian Snares is a DJ or a producer that uses that kind of technology, you know, cutting, pasting, and assembling, you know, samples, so on and so forth. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. And how you been, Driver? Haven't seen you for a minute. I hope everything's going well. Next up, we have... Oh, this is their usual style. Okay, good. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, you like the shirt? Liquid Planet. It's starting to fade a little bit, though. I've been wearing it a lot. I love it. Great material, too. These guys didn't cheapen out on that. Okay, next up is coming from Caving. Caving, are you still here? Okay, so he says it is pronounced Harukari. Harukari. Harukari? Harukari. Harikari. Harukiri. 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 Okay. It's pronounced Hello Kitty. And I'm kidding. I'm just sorry. How are you? Here we go. It's your turn. So this is, the band is Harukiri for the Sky. And the name of the song is Calling the Rain. I tried. I did try, though. You know, I try. Here we go. though all the chords, the power chords are connected, you know, the kick is right on top of those strums, which defines it. Ooh, I love that. I hear a little piano happening. I love that little lead line there with the piano. This. Da-da. I love that note in there. That note right there. Great. I love that. That was great. As gnarly as this is, I love that the chord patterns just keep us just nested. That's the best word I can think of, just nested in the experience. Everything is really long, connected chords and stuff. I love this, how they bring this to us right here. Yeah, those guitar arpeggios are really super cool. Real important for the listening experience for me especially. Man, what a heavy track in the sense that for that whole 11 minutes, I was just, like I said, I was just nested in the vibe. You know, the repetition of it did not wear on me, especially when they gave us a couple of breaks with some of the softer, you know, the chord patterns they changed in. There was some really great, very unique resolve in one of the chords that I kept going, ooh, that note right there. You know, it was kind of a moment for me. But the whole thing was just a vibe for me. I kind of let myself slip away from trying to understand any lyrics or anything, and I was just getting into the musicianship and everything. And just the fact that you could sit there and listen to a piece of music that has the uniqueness in its repetitive, you know, instance, and they can change it up so many different ways and make it just pound out. So I was just sitting there gliding. As a matter of fact, I started daydreaming. Like, that's what the track did for me. I literally just stepped away from here for a second. I was like, I was like off in my own world. I was like, So I was like kind of coming on after a big fat, pulling a fatty on the machine. Wait about 3 minutes, and all of a sudden, I'm just saying. So yeah, that was a great track, man. Thank you so much. Next up, Crossface Buffalo Wing. One of my favorites from Ghost. Oh, great. We're going to listen to some Ghost. I've had a couple of requests for some Ghost. And so we're going to listen to Ghost here, and from Crossface Buffalo Wing. And the name of this particular song is, I have to do it this way because I hit the thingy wrong. The name of this track is Zombie Queen. Is it Ghost BC? Is it the same? Is it not? Yes, it is. Trippy track, but it doesn't surprise me because Ghost has a very unique sound to them. This fits in that vibe that they have.
Succubus, and usurp the throne.
Oh, okay, here we go. I tell you what, Ghost is a trip. It's their production.
Zombie
This is so unique. I would not have ever expected this sound. Unless this is earlier Ghost, and I'm not really aware of it. Maybe this was their thing then.
Shape-shifting soon, but now she's rigid. Stiff and stale.
Yeah, total surf vibe for sure. A little acidy, but yeah. Their second studio album.
Like a light to guide
So is the Ghost that I've heard of today, that I know of today, a complete change-up? Or has this been a growth pattern? Dracula. Yeah, I get that.
like a light to guide you.
You know, the whole listen was me kind of really listening to everything from the unique choices in the engineering that made the sound the way we heard it, the arrangements. You know, looking at the artwork actually did kind of help me kind of sink into the fact that this could have been, you know, that, what's the name of the era? Medieval-ish-y. Or what's the other name of that era? It's this medieval and the other one, whatever. Anyhow, it definitely had like I don't know, another bit of fuck, I can't talk right now. Rocky Horror Picture Show, maybe vibes like that. Renaissance, right? You know what I'm saying? Is that a little bit, you know, the Rocky Horror Picture Show vibes with it? You know, and I think a little bit because it did have a little bit of that surf feel. It did also, once again, I'm going to go back into like a B-52's Rock Lobster kind of a vibe at certain times, you know, so it's very unique though. That's the thing. I kind of love, and the campiness of it. You're right, you know, and I don't know if the campiness is intentional because I think they've kept the campiness all the way through to today. You know, when I listen to some of their music, I say, this sounds a little campy and stuff, but you know, there's a huge audience for it, and they're kicking ass and taking no hostage. I'm just saying. So, thank you so much for that. It was a great surprise to have Ghost here. We haven't listened to Ghost for a long time. Next up is Lee plays for you. Lee plays for you. This is a piece by Ikara Yamaoka, with vocals by Mary Elizabeth McGlynn from the horror game Silent Hill 4. The Room, It's the Game, main theme song playing during the intro video, again during the opening credits, sans vocal, and again during the character's death scene. All right, let's do this. This is from the video game Silent Hill 4. This is, I guess, the section called The Room. And the name of the song is Room of Angel. All right. In my mind, because I don't play many horror games, I'm getting Soma in my head.
You lie silent there before me. Your tears, they mean nothing to me. No wind howling out the window. The love you never gave, I give to you. Really don't deserve it, but now there's nothing you can do. So sleep in your only memory of me, my dearest mother. Here's a lullaby to close
Nice.
your eyes. Goodbye. It was always you that I despised. I don't feel enough for you to cry. Oh well. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye.
That piano pattern just puts you in a really unsafe place, doesn't it?
Are you hiding away, lost under the sewers? Maybe flying high in the clouds. Perhaps you're high.
Slightly changed, not the pattern, but
Without
the
me, so many seeds have been sown in the field. And who could
Oh, no,
sprout
I'm
up
sorry.
so blessedly if I had died? I would have never felt sad at all. You will not hear me say, I'm sorry. Where is the light? Wonder if it's weeping somewhere. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. It was always you that I despised.
what a great line.
I don't feel enough for you to cry. Oh well. Here's a lullaby to
Super pain of love, loss, and disdain,
goodbye.
lyrically.
Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye. It was always you that I despised.
That's such a great line. What a great track.
I don't feel enough for you to cry. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes.
I love the modulation, just came out of space.
Always you that I despise.
That was great. There was no connection to that.
I don't feel enough for you to cry. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes. Goodbye. Here's a lullaby to close your eyes.
I love how they keep repeating the hook phrase-wise with the lyrics. It's such a great, catchy, like, it's a heartbreaking poke in your eyes with like red-hot pokers, you know. There's a lullaby for you. They don't give a shit anyhow. Wow. You know, this really, I could see how this makes for an intense part of the game. Well, especially this area. I like the pink noise in the back. That was a really, really kind of chill track. And when I say chill, I mean also like seriously not too chilled too. It definitely put me in like just a mode, but chills, like little, you know, I think the repetitiveness of the here's a lullaby, then da da da. But I mean, just the constant repeating of that lyric is just that insidious messaging of like in such a subtle, dark, ghostly, wait until you close your eyes tonight kind of way. how she was singing it with that beautiful tone and those harmonies, kind of giving you like this sense of protection, because she's singing it to you in such a beautiful, lovely way. But what she's really going to say is you must die. But I like even the ending, the last minute. For any kind of dark, hideous gameplay, you know, that definitely has that kind of vibe. Now, I don't know if, I guess the thumbnail I'm looking at must be from the game or something, or at least characters about it. It looks like someone's eating people. Something's eating a bunch of people. There's pieces of people all over the place. So I don't know anything about the game. If that's pretty gnarly, I don't think I'd play it, because that's one of those things I get little nightmares of, because I'm not that kind of game player. But I'm just saying. But I really enjoyed the track. And then on the other hand, if I'm just listening to it, the subtleness of the background vocals too were just beautiful. So you had this tug of war of the beauty of the tone of her voice and everything, the little piano pattern that was going on back there. The piano pattern made you feel a little uncomfortable. The piano pattern or the chords that were being played were made to make you feel like you have 1 foot out of your blanket. You got that 1 foot out of your blanket while you're sleeping at night, and you don't know if a spider's going to land on it or not. Imagine that one, okay? That's kind of what I got out of it. Thank you so much for bringing that in and being patient and hanging out, you know. I do appreciate it. The Kebab Seller is up next. We know the Kebab Seller always checks in on his music when I release it on Twitch, and then, of course, on YouTube. Really quick, folks, for those of you who are hanging out, when I do hit publish on Twitch, there's going to always be a few that are going to get DMC striked. Usually it's put up fairly quickly by 3:30 a.m. on Odyssey, and if not, I usually do it on YouTube. So you just be a little patient if it gets DM'd out over there. So anyhow, let's big ups for the Kebab Seller. No message. He just says, I must listen to Detective Conan. It's an anime? Is that right, guys? Guys, tell me, is Detective Conan an anime? Is that it? I'm thinking. Oh, everyone's going, ooh. You see, because that's what Kebab Seller does. brings in the special sauce. So this is an anime called Detective Conan, and the name of the track is, I guess it's the main theme, and this is the vocal version. All right, Kebab Seller bringing it in hot. Here we go. He does bring the bangers 1 a.m., that's for sure. Oh, yes. Little spaghetti, a little Western in there for sure. No two ways about that. You know, Kebab Seller, you bring in such unique music. This one was really super cool because, you know, I don't know if you were around earlier, but I was kind of ranting and raving about sometimes you just don't need lyrics. But it's important to have a voice. But in this case, this is a perfect example. No lyrics needed, but the vocals were beautiful. And like I said, it also makes it just, maybe for me, as just I try to be a pure listener when I listen to tracks like this, it makes it a little more accessible. Like I'm not going to that next level of thinking of the lyrics or anything, but I'm feeling the human intention of getting the spirit of the song across melodically, just by going, you know, by hemming or humming or ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, just it feels like it's accessible because it feels like all of us can do it. You know, so that's one good thing. Another thing is Amon's kind of said something that I thought was really super cool, which was it did have that B.B. King vibe. You know, and there was a little bit, and I was like kind of going, who is that? And there was probably one chord in there I don't know that BB would have used in the turnaround, but still yet had that laid-back vibe. The sexy little organ in the back, just kind of coming in with some nuances, dynamic. The bass was always just, boop, was going to hit you right there with the drums. But it did also have that kind of like maybe detective standing in the rain holding a flower, a rose that's broken, and it's a lost love kind of a thing. Maybe nothing that's so serious like a lost case or a lost death. It almost seems like a more of a, you know, I'm too sexy for some pain. But you know, it had that kind of vibe to it. I mean, for me, that's the way I felt. I thought that was great. I loved it. I loved every bit of that, and it just. For me, it was just kind of a validation as I'm listening to it, going, yeah, you just do, da, do, you know, I love that. I love it. That was great. I'm in such a good mood right now. Thank you. 1 a.m. scooter. Oh, no, 1 a.m. bus. Here we go, my friend. From my horror theme song this month, I went with one of the most iconic ones. Watch it be SpongeBob doing something. I just know that. That's probably what it's going to be. Just watch. No. This is called, this is from the movie 28 Days Later. And the name of the song is In the House in a Heartbeat. Okay, let's go. That's great right there. I'm digging that for sure. What makes it really pensive is that down, doom, down, doom, down. It's just the piano just holding that pattern. Right there, there's that dissonance that makes you feel really uncomfortable. Love the build. Love that dissonance there, it's weirdness. Little choral voices back there, can you hear it? This is great. All right, so obviously I don't know where this fits in the, I guess it's a film, yeah? But what's really cool about this is this was a really super great example when I talk about taking the patterns as a composer and arranger that you have, that you're choosing, and how you slowly are building these patterns into power. Without getting overly too out there with the arrangements, it's more of adding more powerful layers to it than a bunch of different arrangements that have, you know, counterpoint and talking to each other, answer call stuff that's going on there. It's just a casual build to a blowout. You know, once all the guitars came in and got all, you know, the distortion really kind of took over everything, and then bringing it back down this way. What I don't know is if this was a complete piece to a scene. I don't know, 1 a.m., is this one single scene, or is this music that was playing behind a scene that's been extended? Because it definitely has something like let's say, I don't know, if I'm going to imagine a scene that's to this, I'm looking at this, there's guys with guns. Let's just say there's a bleed out happening, you know, and you're bleeding out, you're intense, you're trying to figure out a way to do things. It's the main theme, and it plays out. So that would, I guess maybe that would be the leitmotif as well, the dot, dot, or just that style. I don't know if there's anything specifically melodic that'll keep you entrenched, except for the ostinato that's going on there with the piano. But it definitely seems like that build in this track is building of the tension, and without really getting too out there with the arrangements. That's not easy to do. I fail at that most of the times. when I try to do that and I'm writing work for like publishers and stuff like that, when I'm doing music library stuff, they go, now we just asked you to do this. Now are you giving us all this and all this? Can you scale all that stuff back, please? And just give us this. We like this. Take away all this. And that's me doomed as a composer. So, but that was a great track. I'm definitely going to have to bump that up volume-wise when I export it, but that was a really great track. And I love the journey. That's the thing for me. I love the journey of it. Okay, next up is Hardcore. Thank you again, 1 a.m., not only for that, but for hanging out as well. Hardcore says, oh, some more. My goodness, I'm going to have like a marathon of these things. I think I'm just going to have to put out on my RPGeebs channel. I think you enjoyed the last compilation, so I made another one. It's long, but the music is top tier. Okay, well, how long is it, my friend? Let's check this out. Where are you, Hardcore? Are you here still? This is Hollow Knight Silk Song, music compilation, songs, Bone Bottom, Window, Bellheart, Bile Water, The Mist, Phantom, Scar Singer, Carmelita, and Lost Veranda. Weesh. All right, I have funny. I don't know how long this is going to be. Let's go. I know, right? How long is this thing? I might have to. Oh, man. I mean, is this the kind of stuff, too, that if I put on the channel, there's going to be spoiler alerts? I guess I got to be careful of that, don't I? Okay, you know what, guys? I'm going to do something. I've never done this before, but I'm actually going to put this on the back burner. I think I might just come in and do this tomorrow or something. I don't know that I have the bandwidth to hear this all the way through at 18 minutes, considering I have just a few more I want to listen to. So Hardcore, what I'm going to do with this, I'll come in tomorrow and do some cheese, because I wanted to get through all of this so I can do some cheesy, but what I'll do is I'll open up with this, because I'll have the headspace, and this is really beautiful, and I don't want to be as, you know, I've heard a lot of music. I just want to focus in on the ones that I have coming in. So when you see this, you're not going to, just don't worry. I'm going to hit this tomorrow, okay? Because 20 minutes is a bit of a lengthy listen, and I still have a few more people here, but I definitely want to listen to this and give it the kind of quality time that it needs. I hope you don't mind, but I am going to listen to it, and we'll listen to it on stream. So that's what I'm going to do. So just hang in there, and then I'll go back. Since I already ditched it on the forum, I can know where I can find it on the YouTube channel. So I am going to come back and listen to this, though. I promise. I promise. Parker Pal, are you still here, Parker Pal? Okay, Parker Powell says he wants us to listen to Nick Lutso. Name of the song is Pumpkin Man. There he is. Yours is 22 minutes, you say? Okay, let's see what that sounds like. Okay. I got to go tomorrow and do that with my grandkids. Pumpkins. I like that.
I've spent my life saving
love this. This is when you take your skill set and put it to something theatrical and fun like this.
Costume is made out of pumpkins I found in the street. Let go have the balls to put 'em in shopping malls. Oh, Doc Rubin, he has some tax marketability.
This little vocal patch, everything is giving me a little bit of the Danny Elfman Night Before Christmas vibe. Totally now, right? With poison what on every street? And this also sounds a little bit like Boingo Boingo. Same thing with the woodblocks. Oh, shit. Oh, man, that was really super creative, man. I so dug that. And the fact that I picture you choosing this track, too. Now, where's the hidden message in the title? Anyhow, yes, I remember. This was great. I love it when artists have the ability to do this. You have so much talent that you can go ahead and press it in any direction that you want and just have a really good time doing what you do, not knowing what'll come of it or anything, but just pay your honor, your tribute to a holiday like Halloween and stuff like that. What I will say, though, there's no two ways about it, is that it really did kind of give me a lot of the feels of Danny Elfman, Oingo Boingo, Nightmare Before Christmas kind of vibe. I think we can't really get away from that. Whenever you hear the patterns in the vocals, those kind of harmonies in the back, and then when you hear that kind of Carl Stalling use of blocks, and all that's missing that would make it like an Oingo Boingo would be the vibe of oompa 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 oompa. That would be a little bit more intentional. But that's what it had, Park Capel. I thought that was great. I loved it. Video is funny as shit, too. Or as funny as pumpkin seeds. Actually, Sunday night, I've got to go to my grandkids' house. We're doing pumpkin carving. So I'm looking at that going, yeah, that's going to be me in a couple days. Derpy Cat Dog. What are we doing with Derpy Cat Dog today? Hey, Jeeves, this is black metal band I found recently. So that means, guys, we're doing a black metal band. So we got to make sure that SB is in her chair because there might be some headbanging going on is what I'm saying. Oh, spicy roasted pumpkin seeds are badass. Name of the band. We've done from this band, Zeal and Ardor, Blood in the River. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. All right.
A good guy's a dead one. A good guy's the one that brings the fire.
Hey, Derpy.
A good guy's a dead one. A good guy's
You say this is black metal? I'm waiting.
Good love's a dark one. A good love's the one that brings the fire. A good love's a dark one. A good love's the one that brings the fire. The riverbed will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy. That brings the fire. The riverbed will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy.
It's like black metal chain gang. I like the reverb on the kick. That's cool.
Sustenance and joy to them that revolve about us.
You hear what the kick did there?
The saints and the blood of the holy. The riverbed will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy. Will run red. Will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy. Will run red. Will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy. Will run red. Will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy. Will run red. Will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy. Will run red. The riverbed will run red.
Okay, that was a trippy ass song. I think when I was, when I read it and it was like black metal, I kind of have an essence of what I'm gonna kind of hear. And also, I'm familiar with Zeal and Ardor. We've done a couple tracks from them, so they can be a little, unique in their sound and stuff. But this, I guess you guys were saying like a black metal gospel, and it had the chain gang thing kind of vibe to it. So it didn't have like, let's say, the really dark, gnarly guitars I was kind of expecting to hear. And I think maybe in this particular track, they made a choice to maybe flip it up. If this was part of a complete album, maybe this is that one track that kind of like was like reset, or a little reset of the vibe before you get into the darker, heavier stuff. I don't know. But it is perfect. It is a perfect Halloween-y vibe story. You could see zombies walk into it. You could see skeletons walk into it, mummies, half-eaten people, and so on and so forth. Black metal blues. Is that what you think? Is that what it was? Black metal blues or something like that? I don't know. And there was a little bit of an arrangement there, not a string arrangement, but some kind of a pad arrangement that was da 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 da. So very unique production. And there was a couple times where the drummer did something with the kick where I was like, fuck, that was badass. Kind of got us out of, So they said, it's a song about breaking from slavery from those at its bottom. Many slavers were justified by the Christian faith. Derp Cat Dog. Now that all pulls together. Now, like the vibe that I'm feeling, it all, now that you said that. That's it. Thank you for sewing that up for me. Not that I would have been drifting and lifted off spending days going, where and how? But at least it the word I'm looking for. It approved my vibe. No, that's not it. It did that thing. Frick. Thank you so much, Derpy. All right, next up is a user by the name of Sheeb. Sheeb, are you still here? You asked a long time ago. And I hope you're still here. This is a bonus track that doesn't actually play in the game. It only accesses through the OST itself, but absolutely love it. The story of the game is pretty terrible, LOL. But despite this, the musical storytelling is fantastic. This is track 2, Character from Rivaling Kingdom, that from a friendship who played a duet together using their respective kingdom instruments. Hi, Sheeb. Here we go. Here's your track. You guys ready? Sheeb wants us to listen to something from Fire Emblem. You guys know the name. You know the game. Or the anime. No, the game. The anime. The game. The game anime. The name of the song is Inishi, or For Sakura and Elise. This is from Sheeb. Let's check this out. All right. Was that a koto? Oh, nice chord change. I don't know. I think it's a koto, and I don't know. Amon's the master at that. Amon, what are the instruments here? A Grogan. Okay. Sheebs is saying a koto on the violin. Very emotional, beautiful piece. What an absolutely beautiful piece. I was reading here in the comments, so there's maybe this is for the whole OST. There's like 6 different composers, and there's vocalists that are listed here. Obviously, it's not part of this track, so maybe this was maybe OST number 168. Inishi didn't have any vocals on it from a playlist. This was beautiful, and the fact that you filled me in on what the background of it was is that it's an east-west, so you had the koto, and then you had the violin. Because when I was listening to what we now, and I thought it was at the beginning violin, at first I was not thinking like that because I was figuring that they were using, once again, I can't remember of that one string instrument that the Japanese use very similarly to the violin, but it didn't have the same kind of tone. It had more of an earthy tone to it or woodsy tone to it, and so violin. And then there was a couple times where in the arrangement, there was a double stop, playing of a couple of the notes. That's when you have 2 strings that they're playing at the same time, like an open string or whatever the case is. So that would mean that the other instrument that I was thinking about, that's the single string instrument, wouldn't necessarily be able to do that unless you did it with a harmonic. Beautiful track. Just a beautiful, and very soothing. Super freaking soothing. I'm just like going, man, if I had a cup of tea right now with some honey in it, and I would have been knockout. I would have just been butter, just staring at the ceiling, just tripping out. It was beautiful, Well, that's true. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily know if that's a violin or not. He says it's a violin. It sounded like it to me, but like I said, I did notice the double stop playing in there, so it could be. I was butter for you. I like that. Thank you, Sheeb, for hanging out this long and getting your. I think this was your first track, wasn't it? So cool. Okay, next up is Melchoir Blade. I zoned out too completely. I thought it was a brilliant track. I loved every bit of it, but I zoned out too. Okay. Melchoir Blade. So this is a dono from last week that got washed out or glitched. Okay, great. Well, here you are. Have a little fun. You're saying this is some jazz fusion track with some high energy, some Naoshi Mizuta's best work, in my opinion. Here we go. Final Fantasy 8-2. I don't know if that means part 2 or something. The name of the song is Run. This is Melchoir Blade having us checking out some Final Fantasy music. Let's go. Speaking of violin. Well, maybe not. No. Hey, Turnip, how are you, buddy? Have you been here the whole time? Smoke infusion, especially with the bass in there, the way his bass is picking. I wonder if that's a shamisen. Oh, that's not. Hey, Void Onyx, how's it? Welcome. Ooh. Bass is running everywhere. Nice little run there. Did we turn it? Okay. So many pieces of music. I wonder if that's being done on the shamisen, if that's how you pronounce it. No, because it would be more of a picky thing. Wow. Maybe it's a kokyo? K-O-K-Y-O, kokyo? Man, such a jazz fusion blaster with that. What a great track, man. So much going on in there. I just, you know what? I just couldn't pin that instrument, that string instrument. You know what it was? There's a couple of string instruments that that the Japanese have as part of their cultural classical instruments, and it kind of had that tone to it. You know. The thing is that when I'm listening to it, for me, just my knowledge, whatever it may be, of like our traditional classical instruments that are made from wood, in the sense of they have a body like a viola, cello, bass, you know, double bass, violin. There's a unique tone. This one sounds like it's a string instrument that's all string and maybe has a smaller bass to it or something. But I love this. And once again, you know, I'm not going to sound like a broken record, but it doesn't surprise me now. Now, I'm not surprised that I hear such badass compositions like this in the video games. It's just insane. I love it. I love it. I love it. What genre do you play? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Next up, we have Rotten Soundgarten. Rotten Soundgarten. Hey there, Jeebs and the Kados. This is the band from Busan, South Korea. They call their style shoegaze. I love shoegaze. The last track I just wrote, my very first attempt at shoegaze, is because I was motivated by the shoegaze you guys have brought me. Then come to find out there's a few different types of shoegaze, you know, but that last track that I wrote and I posted, it's actually done fairly well. I think I had like 1,500 views and some wonderful comments about it, is shoegaze. And it is right now the genre I'm really loving, you know, and I'm like, wow, this is great. The way it just makes me feel. Then it's motivating me to write a little bit. Anyhow, I went way off. But this is called Surf Gaze, as they're from a coastal city. The singer is a lyricist, Sumi, prefers to sing in English, as singing in Korean makes her feel more vulnerable. Okay, looking forward to it. Let me see. Hang on for a second. I'm distracted for a second. Something happened here. So the name of the band is Say Su Mi, and the name of the song is In This Mess. What'd you say, Benjamin? What's on your recent plays? Oh, you mean like on my playlist? I'd have to take a look at it, really. I don't know the names of them by heart. But you're talking about my shoegaze playlist, yeah? I'm really digging this. Looking forward. See, this is a little different. Has a little bit more of a, it's got a little bit more of a definitive rhythm within the mix. So that's why I'm going, is it shoegaze, indie-ish? Great tone in the bass. But the classic shoegaze thing is to take that soft, beautiful voice and keep it kind of tucked back in the mix. Totally, I'm on. That's exactly what this is. There's the shoegaze tone right there, but I'm getting used to understanding what's happening. It's giving me a little bit of like kitchens of distinction. Yeah, isn't that bass great? But even this lead sound, I don't know why I'm so attracted to this odd tone. You know, I think in the best way, it's like how Amon said. It just gives you that like wind in the hair, dragon. You know, I don't know. I guess I can always define it by the vibe. I'm just saying. My track is so much slower than this, but still yet I understand that there's different types. Oh my God. Feedback on the delay from hell. It'll go on forever. But that kind of wah-y sound in the guitar tone is kind of a signature thing with shoegaze, you know, and I'm getting used to it. And I'm beginning to kind of like, I think what's happening with me, I really love this track. And something else now, I don't know if I learned it here, if I looked it up, but I guess the term shoegaze comes from the fact that apparently when the musicians are on stage, they're always looking down at their shoes because they're hitting so many pedals. That's what I heard. I don't know. You guys look it up on your own. That's kind of what I found or looked up. I said, what does shoegaze mean? Where did that come from? It's the fact that they actually do look down at their shoes because they're always stomping on pedals and stuff to get different sounds. So, as our resident ethnomusicologist, Amon there, he's agreeing me with Froggy Face. And so I guess that's what that is. I think what's going to happen in my iteration of what shoegaze is going to be as a part for me is how to integrate that with some of my style of the things that I enjoy. But I really enjoy the shoegaze aspect of it. So how do I bring that into some of my stuff? And that was my first release that I did a couple weeks ago. The Rain in the, what was it? Rain in the Darkness that I released. Anyhow, great track. And also for me listening to it now, you see this is kind of spreading it out a little bit. I also didn't know that also Smashing Pumpkins was also considered slightly shoegaze as well. So I think I got a lot to learn. I have a very, I find myself perhaps maybe fitting just a specific genre of shoegaze that might be a little more ambient and ethereal. I'm not too sure yet. Okay, this is the last one, guys, and then I am dipping out for the day. But I will be back tomorrow for at least an hour. I want to get back into Hardcore's track. That was 18 minutes long. I just want to really give it a good listen. I want to give you a good listen. And so I'm not wimpy dipping out. You do this, man. You do this. And so I got one more here from Underwater Dojo. And this one is Jesus Loves You by the band Vital. I'll be in bed if you get this track right Friday night. He's in bed right now, but here we go. Excuse me. Underwater Dojo wants us to listen to Vital, Jesus Loves You. Are you ready? I don't know what style of music this is, but we're about to find out. Here we go. Bruh. What a trip how the kick is sounding. That kick sound, what is that? I don't know, did I say it wrong? How do you pronounce it? Vital remains? Vital remains? Vital remains? You know, it's probably about 160 beats per minute. It's just what the kick's doing. Vital. Okay, thank you for that. That drummer is just firing on all cylinders. Oh, neoclassical work on the guitar, that's pretty badass. You don't often hear drummers hitting cymbals without the kick or something behind it. This is very unique. Sounds great though. Yeah, he is giving his legs a rest. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the engineering of the kick. Either that or they rolled off everything from like 800 down on the kick. I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. Did I get the title wrong? Or was that? I don't know. I could have swore I read it off of that. Now I get it. Great musicianship. That drummer's just roasting right now. There's some cool patterns in there with guitar playing. The song is like summoning Quado for me. I don't know what's happening here. I'm getting a pain in my belly. Summon was right. Did. Not offensive. You felt that. I was going, hey, you know. Hey. I heard it. Did you hear that in the vocal? Bruh. What a way to end the stream. Jesus. Jesus. You know, but I got great things to say about the track and the musicianship. That drummer's technique to be rifling that for 8 minutes. And it was live as could be because there was some real humanized drum fills that ripped off in there that you can tell that they were, you know, he's holding it all himself. There's no click track. He is the living click track. Obviously, that's what drummers are for. That technique of doing those 16ths on the kick like that for such a long time. I've seen a few people kind of explain it that it's a softer turn this way. It's not doing this all the time, but it's kind of a heel toe weird kind of vibe that you kind of get into a groove. But that's not all. The drummer was crushing it and firing on all fours, you know, both hands, both feet, all over. Blast beats were phenomenal. I just could not understand the EQing of the kick. You know, I kind of felt like maybe it could have used a little bit of that like 300 to 500 hertz boost. But for some reason, they just decided to, you know, just make it sound like it was just more like a click kick than it was more of a beefy kick, you know? The rest of the kit sounded really good. So that's why I was like, why did they do that with the kick? Bizarre. And then it got more and more musical. You know, at first it was like, okay, I get what's going on. I can feel what's going on. But then all of a sudden they started showing these signs of like neoclassical, you know, lines that they were writing and stuff in harmony that was going on. And then they made it more and more musical as it went on. Another thing is, too, is I have to say that vocalist tearing up like that for the whole 8 minutes through and through, I don't even care if he punched in a couple parts, which is fine by me. We all punch in shit. Very rarely do people play through everything anymore. I said very rarely. I didn't say never. I'm just saying, okay, before anybody smokes me in the comments. Just imagine if these guys are going out and doing a show and they've got to do this for, you know, 2.5 hours. It's just mind-numbing to me. And what's behind it is power and passion and authenticity. So that's some really heavy freaking energy that these musicians are putting into it through and through. So yeah, that was one hell of a track to close to as well. Only one more bingo thingy. Well, you know, I'm just saying. I hope at some point I can fill out that bingo card. I am going to stop the